These students sure were. So, this high school class went down to Juarez and Nogales to find out what they thought about things firsthand. Student Colin Andrews told me about the trip.
Talking with representatives of the Minutemen gave us a different perspective on the issues. They showed us some sites where migrants stayed for a day or a night.
We provide humanitarian aid. Last year we handed out over 3,000 bottles of water to illegals we found in the desert. That's our first thing that we do when we find someone out there is we ask them, do you need water? Do you need food? Do you need medical attention? But the thing that we do different than these other groups is, after we've asked those 3 questions, we call Border Patrol. This is some of the worst desert conditions in the world, especially in the summer. I mean, we're talking temperatures of 125 degrees out here.
Is it big?
I mean, this is supposed to be remote desert areas, and every tree you go under, there's a water bottle. Every wash you go in, there's a backpack, and it just got, you get fed up. Hey, this is public land. This is taxpayer-funded land, state and federal land out here that's being absolutely destroyed. All the ranchers down here, they have cattle that are dying because they're eating plastic, they're eating medicines that are left behind, and you'll see that today. You'll see all sorts of pharmacy items. Deer, the Wild Game and Fish Department here in Arizona has attributed some of the decline of the mule deer down here to illegal immigration.
Yay!
Community service was a major component of the trip. We refilled water stations in the desert and put up new flags to help people find them. We also cleaned up a lot of garbage.
More bread. It's feeling about an hour's worth of work.
Tired.
Yeah.
The students stayed with a faith-based nonprofit called Humane Borders, and that's who they did the community service work with. Humane Borders also gave them some idea of where all this trash was coming from.
Just before they get picked up, they will have spent the night somewhere, and around dusk is when the pickups usually happen. So the coyotes instruct them to leave everything behind and get in the vehicle to go. So most of them will have a backpack with a set of clean clothes, a little food, maybe some personal things. And so they may have walked 1 or 2 or 3 days, and the clothes that they've been walking in are really dirty and really smelly. So they put on their clean clothes, they get in their pickup vehicle, and they go. So what's left behind is all the stuff that they had that they can't carry.
As soon as they got back, these students set up a display case to showcase some of the things that they had found for their fellow students.
We put up this display when we got back to our school. One of the things in it is this burlap backpack. It was probably used to transport bales of marijuana across the border illegally. This is a child's coat and a child's backpack that we found. We actually found it in the dirt in the desert, and it shows that kids as young as probably an 8-year-old, 6-year-old, who knows, are crossing the border and trying to survive the 5-day grueling walk. This is a handmade cloth that we also found in the desert that was probably used for covering and holding tortillas. It was left in the desert because, it was probably one of the most important possessions somebody had, and it was left in the desert because they don't have room in the cars to take everything they want with them, and they literally have to start fresh without any of the things that they had. This is one of the hoodies we found out in the desert, laying on the ground. It has a lot of cactus thorns in it. It's just an example of how brutal the desert can be.
Just as confused? Maybe more so? Then you've got something in common with these students. Most of them came back saying that they felt more torn about the issue. But better a well-informed confusion than a knee-jerk response. This is Corinne McDermott for The Uptake.